We constantly hear how in different countries people are protesting against the authorities. Today it's because of epidemic restrictions. Yesterday it was because of elections. The day before that it was because of something else. Sometimes these demonstrations are justified, sometimes they are not, but I think every country in the world saw some form of protest for some reason at some point. No political system is protected from its rebelling citizens. Sometimes governments are able to suppress these uprisings, and sometimes they're not. The most tyrannical dictator cannot stay in power if the whole country rises against him. No system of government can go against its citizenry. Even the most brutal despots of world history began their rule with the willing support of the country's population. The Torah says, Ein melech belo am. Without the support of the people, there can be no king. Monarchs need people. On Rosh Hashanah, we call God our king. Usually the metaphor of a monarch alludes to the ruler's power. He is the only one in charge. No one can tell him what to do. But Hasidic teachings explain that this comparison in our liturgy implies the opposite. He is our king, and without the support of the people, there can be no king. He needs us. Why? A good question. God is omnipotent and unlimited. He can do whatever he wants. Unlike earthly kings, he does not need anyone's support. He should not need us at all. But he chooses to be our king in the earthly sense of the word. He says he wants us to recognize him. He wants to have a relationship with us. A relationship between a monarch and his subjects is very distant, but it is a relationship. So, why does God need us? One of the most popular questions asked about Judaism is, does this great God really care what I eat? Why would he care if I mumble these prayers or not? Why would an omnipotent creator pay attention if I turn a light on Saturday or not? These are all totally legitimate questions, and they don't have a logical answer. In theory, he should not care. He should have nothing to do with us. But this great God decided to be our king. He wants to pay attention to us. He chose to put himself in a situation where he would be dependent on us. Why? I guess only he can answer this question. When reading that God is our king, we might think that these words should describe how exalted God is. In fact, the opposite is true. God by himself has no need to be our king and no reason to bother with us. He decided to become our ruler, and when we call him our king, we emphasize that he chose to pay attention to us. He wants a relationship with us. Even more than that, there can be no king without the support of the people. God decided to make himself dependent on us.